open for public. Reminder that the entirety of the movement code of Celeste is open for the public.
Everyone can make us a list.
Yes. All 5,000 plus lines of code. It's a single file.
I did feel like post yogurt.
Alright, yeah, nice little deal. Just we're almost back. Thankfully, the autosave was fairly close. Alright, there you go.
Killed!
Right, now we're back to the scene where Susato goes. Yo, Van Zeeks, this shit's anticlimactic.
Please. Wait, pause, please.
Hmm?
Stream, please stream.
Oh, yeah, you're not Discord, too, because you're Discord channel. I'll give 0.5 seconds for people.
Okay, I'm in. Come back.
Okay.
Dot.
And dot. No, he didn't speak any lines. Just dot. Yeah.
I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So you will have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential and her opinions invaluable.
That'll decide.
Give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
One of this land's great guiding principles is tolerance. What the fuck? Okay, so the court will hear you, madam. First time I've heard of it.
Go ahead, Mr. Zato, please.
Holy shit, the judge's progressive. Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished. Judge. The judge sees. Judge. Naruto-san, what do you think? It's just possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've been waiting for. The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leanings in a moment. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. So we must take this opportunity to examine the newly present evidence as thoroughly as possible. Except, I think we time travel a little bit, so we already did that, but that's besides the point, Naruto-san.
Yes, I understand. And thank you, Mrs. Sato. This is it. Susato-san. Has managed to win us one last chance.
Also checking in case autosave did not autosave. Hey, it has it. The back cover is badly burned. That good.
What about the photograph? Do we need to examine it?
Nah, didn't yield anything.
I can't let it go to waste. The defense wishes to present evidence, my lord.
Ellipses, exclamation mark.
Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offers a profound insight into this case and has hitherto been overlooked. It was green. I didn't know what to do. fuck?
Oh, we have to point it out too. Damn.
Every time I look at this book, I can't believe how badly burnt it is.
Can't believe what a terrible waste it is. The more I look at the damage, the more I'm sure it must have happened very recently too.
Book damaged by fire very recently? Why does that seem significant somehow?
I guess I pressed the wrong button. Whatever. Percent.
Take that!
Should be that.
The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. The fourth book, found in the victim's hand.
Objection!
Yeah.
Yes, I'm afraid. Counsel, I must concur with the prosecution on this matter. He's also British.
Bullshit.
When I afforded you this opportunity, you led the court to believe that the evidence in question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue. So I must insist that you elaborate, counsel. You will identify this clue at once.
Bitch.
Do I make myself clear?
Oh, yes, yes, my lord. It's, you know.
Now this on. I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence. Which means you may very well be on the right track. Also, we kind of poked at it twice now.
Yes, I think you might be right.
So, counsel, precisely where is the vital clue in this case, to which this fourth book conceals?
Yeah.
Right.
It's been damaged by fire.
We might have that
We
at
did
that
this.
point. Taking I think I
It's
need
burned
to press the
recently.
present
It was
button here.
burned recently.
Alright, there you go.
Present that, please. Got it.
No, this was the first version.
I would
You see, we got the
ask
second version, now we're back to the first version.
to observe the back of the book in question.
Back, what do you? Goodness gracious! It's a book! It's been burned to a crisp!
Like, technically, nobody has been murdered.
Yes.
They're in a coma.
That's just the average Tuesday for England. So,
True.
you know.
And would you guess it was a stabbing?
Did you read that
We
line
have to
out?
ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what is clearly an unreadable book? It's undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for her to have been doing.
Objection!
Objection! What the fuck?
Oh, I don't know where I was going with this. Well, charred book. There is just one possibility here, which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. It's an outside chance, certainly, but worth a try. Alright. I'll explain my theory.
Don't keep us waiting any longer then, Council. Explain this theory of yours! What are you suggesting? That you can ascertain from the fire damage this sorry Tom has suffered? Like, be me,
Its
judge,
owner.
pretext.
Its owner.
Yeah.
You agree? Do you agree, assistant? Yeah.
Yes.
My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth about the book's owner.
I beg your pardon. But we already know who the book belongs to. The victim was boom on gripping it in her hands as she fell to the floor, after all. It's obviously hers.
But the question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand has yet to be answered. However, as to the questions of who the book really belongs to and where it originated, the defense has very credible answers. Wow, points.
Woo! Good gracious, how can you possibly?
Yes.
Counsel. The defense's response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of this trial. So tell the court.
We have to.
So tell him.
There he is.
Who do you claim is the owner of this burnt book?
It has to be John Gary Deb, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got to be the guy whose house almost fucking burnt down.
Yep.
Yeah.
His wife's
Okay.
right there. I mean, his
Wait.
maid's right there. His not wife is right there.
Yep,
Yeah.
It's not
His maid.
his maid, totally not
Because
wife.
it's Yaoi, so it's probably the maid who reads it.
Yes.
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 How ableist of you, Dobie.
Alright, the answer is that the book belongs to the couple who own the house where the defendant has his lodgings. Point, a certain Mr. and Mrs. Gary Dub. And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know, but of all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Mrs. Gary Deb herself.
Coulda.
Yeah, Bro could have.
Me. So, things would be so much easier if you would just drop the pretense. Alright, then how about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Gary Deb's house?
Objection!
Objection!
True.
Objection. This is not mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed on the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb's house.
Good lord.
Yeah.
What sort of incident, counsel?
A fire, my lord.
Chronologically, the I've played different. Anyways, Felix, it is you.
I was not Gary Depp.
You were.
Oh. Oh, no, I the gangster, the mafioso? I was Italian.
The the mafia in fucking Paris, France, 1800s.
Afraid to say that it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know? The whole place filled with smoke. I couldn't see a bally thing. It didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. And you see, worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Bride, you see? Look at his face. By Jove! By Jove! The very same title. That's the subject of this debate.
Wow, Son, I didn't know you could astral project flashbacks to everyone in this courtroom.
What the fuck?
I'm just not good at explaining.
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to like dox a jury member. Just like, oh, I know who that person is, and they live at.
Don't worry about it.
True.
Visible. It's not risible. You sure it's not reasonable? Sorry. I don't know why it made me laugh
It
so
would
much.
make more sense. If I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord.
Discord.
Marital team speak.
Without going into detail, it appears that Mrs. Garrideb was considerably enraged.
You guys remember when they tried to sell video games on Discord for like a couple months and then stopped?
Thank fucking god they stopped. The only thing I want Discord to sell me is underage kittens.
Yeah. Wait, you bought games on Discord? Hold up. Okay.
Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Garrideb.
You may continue.
Sorry.
Oh,
one sec.
how awful. I can't even imagine being so horrid. to the one you love. Can you, Rory?
I finally get a speaking role. Absolutely not, sir. My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir.
No.
I am
That's
a
such a long
police
flashback.
officer, sir. There's a statistic about this for a reason.
And all my favorite old novels in that case, you see? But as soon as the fire got hold of him, that was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke. Then the wife, the maid, started hurling things at me. That was I, backed up against the window, under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books, coming 10 to the 12. The man had his back up against the window, and he had burning books thrown at him. Goodness gracious! Are you suggesting that women should get the right to vote? That the book was thrown through a window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the yeah. I fucked up at the end.
Well, that's quite true. We also saw no sign of broken glass when we visited the Garrett household. But it is not conceivable. Is it not conceivable that the window was open at the time and
It's cold as fuck.
Does the defense postulate this scenario in all seriousness, counsel? Do you earnestly claim that the book was found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Garrideb's wife? Boy, I tell you, trials make me sleepy.
I believe it's a possibility, my lord.
Never mind. It's
What?
Who?
What the fuck?
No.
A yellow-bellied coward.
Really? No, I assure you, that was never my intention. Ow. Too right. You're so right.
She was so right for
Here we go
Here we
again.
go. Oh, how long we sat here now listening to this Nipponese spouting out his fancy foreign theories? But think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could possibly have stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with the mustache. And he ran away from the scene, too.
Oh, I do declare you're right.
It's true.
that. Yep,
Yep.
it's true.
Makes sense
I
to
thought that
me.
was also blue.
I mean, he looks like a guy that I would voice, but
Sorry? What's that? Well, it would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement.
I don't know how, but my mic got muted at some point, even though I was definitely talking to chat.
What
hog.
is your position, Lord Van Zeeks?
Kill him.
Punching another glass.
In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage.
Why are you getting day drunk at the trial?
Because that's what happens when we entertain these clowns.
Also, it's France.
No,
They
wait.
just did it.
The mystery of the fourth book still hasn't been.
Look at my
What the
foot!
fuck?
If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them on your own time.
It's a JoJo character.
What the hell?
This feels more like a One Piece thing to me.
What?
The
No,
One Piece.
I knew I was gonna say it.
See this time.
In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decisions regarding the defendant's culpability for the court to hear.
Guilty.
Hey, while this is going on, chat, how's audio sound? I'm very bad at, like, doing my thing. I was gonna say job, but it's not a job.
Then we're back to full racism now.
Yes.
Thank you for that unambiguous response. It's Jover.
It's so over.
Jover.
This is
Another
though.
Sam, don't give up.
Yeah.
Huh? Mrs. Hato?
Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet. You still have your sword.
It's true.
Oh my god, you're right.
If you kill them
You're right.
all,
Declare a duel.
No. Look at the prosecutor. He also has a sword. You can take him.
You're not actually suggesting that.
Of course. The defense has the right to another summation examination at this point. You could still convince the jurors to change their mind. You have one more chance. Before the duel, anyways.
We can keep stalling. My lord. The defense asks to exercise his right to a summation examination.
You believe you still have tricks up your sleeve.
I don't intend to trick anyone. I intend to uncover the truth. But there's no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined.
I have to bullshit away to everything. Again.
imagine
Uh-oh.
the judge. Oh, what?
To be
It's over.
continued.
See you
Part
next episode.
1. Part 1 of the 4th case. Right.
I think we have time to keep going, though, right?
We still have an hour.
Okay.
So I've done.
I can't wait to read something. Oh boy.
Me win new One Piece chapter.
I have considered the defense counsel's request for a further summation and/or examination of the jury. And I have determined that the court must uphold the defense's judicial rights to this procedure. But you will now proceed with your second summation examination. I presume the jury is ready, Mr. Five Man.
We are, my lord.
Very well. In that case, I must ask each of you now to state clearly and concisely for the court the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of this crime. Huh? Hey?
Wow.
The accused left behind evidence at the scene, didn't he? Those 3 books of his.
Yes, 3.
If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider.
Even if the woman was throwing bricks, or books, I mean, even if she was throwing bricks also, it can't be related to this crime if the window was closed, can it?
Dearie me, it was only a little book, hardly life-threatening even with a direct hit.
With direct hit.
Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tidy bit of trouble.
Come to think of it, we had a bad fire at home a while ago.
We have fire at home.
Number 5 is like the worst jury of all time. Like, I don't care if an innocent person is found guilty, I need money.
And number
True.
6 is literally like mentally insane.
He's a
He's
soul.
not fit to stand on the jury.
Capitalism makes
Yeah.
monsters of us all.
Considerably more tangible arguments from all members of the jury this time around, it seems. What?
Well, one of those, really.
With one notable exception, of course. One?
My learned student friend was unable to find fault in the previous witness testimony.
Gasp.
So the court must accept the fact that it was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene. And moreover...
It's more Jover.
Another one.
No one else was even at the scene to commit the crime.
Well, if the eyewitnesses are correct, it would seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone. Ta ta ta. I fail to see how it can be argued any other game.
That means, I'm afraid, that during the summation examination, it's essential to establish some other tangible explanation for the facts.
But how? What would even constitute a tangible explanation here?
Isn't it obvious? Who stabbed the woman and how? Those 2 details are all you need to provide.
It's details, not
Simply
details.
give us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted.
It's Caduce.
And there I was, thinking this might be hard.
My lord, please remove this person from the court. He's getting
My
on
lord,
my nerves.
shoot this man.
But Enodo-san, you have to do it. Otherwise this really will be where the trial ends and we'll reach game over.
My lord, crush his
No.
skull.
No
What's
pressure
it?
then.
Testicular torsion. That's quite enough preamble. Proceed with the summation examination, please. I presume you are prepared, counsel.
Oh yes, my lord. Alright, Rinosuke, focus your mind now. Clap.
Sumo
Oh.
clap.
Clearly, the key to this summation examination is going to be juror number 4, the maid. Or should I say, Mrs. Garrideb.
We have a book that disappeared from the Gary Depp's house on the evening on the incident. Shit. And the 4th book found in the vixen's hand.
There must be a way to link the 2. Yes, that's what we have to find.
I don't know what these 2 were yours, but sure.
Using every technique I've learned in my short career so far, whatever it takes.
Don't forget to keep an eye on Mrs. Garrideb and how she reacts, even to the things other people say.
Are you saying I need to use that mechanic where they react to other? I mean,
Whee!
Right, and now, well, of course, can release. We can put later, but we just mashed the press button.
The flavor text.
Call it a Presbyterian offense.
press it all.
The precedent.
There were 4 books, not 3. Well, what difference does it make? There's every possibility that the 4th book, in fact, belongs to the defendant's landlord. Yes, that's the part I have a problem with.
In this game, it is incredibly obvious if you
Yeah, I
ever
know.
have to do that.
Yeah, no, there's an exclamation mark.
In I think in the Leighton spinoff, you'll get those, and it's not actually relevant.
Hmm.
It's actually one of the things I don't like about this game.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry? Well, at the point the woman was stabbed. Hold on.
The wood is this.
His Discord's imploding, I fear.
No.
Oh no. Not technical issues.
Okay, hold on, I'm back. Sorry about
We're
that.
back.
Oh,
We're
we're so
back.
back.
We're so back.
We're back. Well, at the point the woman was stabbed, this landlord fellow was at home, wasn't he? Enjoying a fiery scrap with his wife or something, you said? That's not exactly how I put it, no. Well, anyway, the point is, the fellow and his wife were somewhere else when it happened.
I think that's what you call a strong alibi.
But couldn't have been the landlord who did it, which only leaves the Nipponese fellow. Honestly, I can't see what all this palaver is about. It's a done deal, isn't it? Oh, I suppose it is, since I have nothing witty left to say. So, you might be willing to change your decision, you mean?
Oh my, such delight on your face! But I'm afraid I shan't be swayed by emotion. Despite what you may think of me, I'm a very modern, metropolitan, and rational woman.
I wish Fred a very stop.
Oh boy, that's great.
If one reads the morning papers, it's all forgotten by tea time, isn't it? So I read them in the first place. You see, modern, metropolitan, and rational thinking, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that lines up. Not at all extreme.
I see it. An overwhelmingly suspicious Japanese man,
Condescending.
has been implicated by overwhelmingly strong testimony.
It's a good thing that she has tone indicators in her text.
Despite 1 or 2 minor puzzlements, I do declare that the man is overwhelmingly guilty. Smiles. Modern, metropolitan, and rational logic. When you say...
Oh, overwhelmingly.
But us modern gals, always delighted to embrace new fads, you know? So I'd be only too happy to consider an exciting new theory if you could come up with one.
I'd be happy to do that too, if only I could.
It's the very best not to disappoint the modern and metropolitan young lady.
Oh god, right, yeah, I'm glad you admitted rational there.
Based. Press.
God, if he presses me. Ah!
But what about the possibility that the window was open.
What about it? I mean, there's just no way it could have been.
How can you be so sure?
That prosecutor fell over there said it earlier, didn't he? Winters in London are no joke. You don't want to invite that sort of cold indoors. So, no. That window wasn't open. Us Londoners like sitting by the fire and staying warm, see?
Couldn't categorically state that the window wasn't open, could you?
It just wasn't. They wouldn't have opened it.
Then, what's the point in even having windows, huh?
Listen, buddy, like 3 streams ago we talked about Windows as like a display of affluence, alright?
So
This is true, actually.
We'll kindly refrain from such childish bickering.
Window tax.
Window tax.
Oh, sorry.
Get window taxed, idiot.
How I need to show that there's an undeniable possibility that the window was open. Because this young man isn't going to budge a lot. Huh.
It's my turn to voice act.
Made. Hold it. But the little book was on fire at the time, was it not?
With flames of love, I'll have you know. But not from me, I'm the maid.
It could have been anybody.
There's really no such thing as a loving incendiary bomb.
Oh.
Now,
Well, he brought it upon himself. It's playing with fire to portray a fiery love, isn't it? Well, don't you agree?
well, any kind of betrayal is certainly a bad thing, yes. But I think the argument might have arisen out of your misunderstanding, Mrs. Gardo. Ow!
Never you mind that. The point is, we were just having a jovial little dispute, nothing more. And I wouldn't have any more of these suggestions that it was anything whatsoever to do with this crime. Or that I'm his wife, I'm his maid.
Right. Well, let's see about that. What about chair number 5?
Yeah, how's his arm doing?
Ow!
Oh, she's actually
You
hitting
seem
him.
to be turning a hair, Mrs. Gardo's relentless onslaught.
It's almost as though he's used to it. What a gentle soul he is.
What?
He's a masochist. I don't know yet.
True.
You just want to get this over with?
He's
How
talking
can
to
you sit
himself.
there and say something like that? A man's future is at stake here.
Yeah, mine.
Well, him and me both then, like I said before. What? I told you this already. I'm a day laborer, aren't I? If I don't bring home some raise with me tonight,
Oopsie. I didn't know mouse wheel could do that.
you'll find me floating face down in the Times tomorrow morning.
What the fuck?
What? You heard me. My missus isn't one to mess about, you know. She can be fierce, believe you me.
Yeah, so he's just used to it.
Another shining example of marital bliss, then. A situation like this cropped up the other day. It was, you know, it's funny, but I can't quite remember actually.
She hit him so hard.
Yeah,
She bonked him over the noggin. He's got brain damage.
What? It was too frightening, that's the thing. I must have blocked it out of my mind.
Damn.
You need to switch discs to see that memory.
So helpful.
I wonder if Mr. Beat will ever be dragged into the Thames by his car.
Don't even go there, Mr. Zata.
Hell, I'm kinky like that.
There must be some way to jog his memory about this.
Mrs. Not Gyardeb hit him harder.
Susato confirmed the freak.
hold it. What's this about sneezes? I mean, does that have anything to do with your decision about the defendant's culpability in this case?
Sorry, what's that? You'll have to speak up, lad.
Could you tell us more about that fire?
It was last winter. My grandchildren baked me into a lovely cake on my birthday. It had 75 candles on the top. It did. What a sight to behold it was.
You put candles on a cake? What? Is this some kind of devil worship?
Yes. Of course not. It was angel cake to celebrate my birthday. Obviously.
It seems that's a common custom here in Great Britain, Naruto-san. You're showing your Japanese side too much.
Anyway, I mustered all my puff to blow them out. Only I must have blown wrong somehow. The flames didn't go out, but the candles went flying all over the room. The furniture caught and everything went up. The whole place was filled with smoke.
Definitely sounds like devil worship to me.
He's becoming more lucid.
He's sitting there like, get me the fuck out of this country.
Oh, and by the sneezes, I presume you mean a cold, but how did you catch a cold from the fire?
What a fiasco! Something it was. The grandchildren, bless them, threw water over me as they tried to put out the flames. And then, because the whole room had filled up with smoke, of course, we had to open all the windows to clear it.
Write that down, write that down.
Joe, why did you start speaking slowly like that?
What? That was strangely relevant. The windows.
The windows!
And the walls.
Yes! The biting winter air rushed over me through the window. Like the devil! I caught a terrible cold from my windows. It put me in hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry.
Or those windows.
Joe, you're supposed to be unbiased. Please stop giving the defendant advice.
The window!
I knew it was the devil worship all along. Something about this old man story is playing in my mind for some reason. Maybe this
Wow.
is here.
We need to demonstrate who, apart from Natsumi-san, could have attacked a young woman in the street. I think I heard something about windows. As well as how he, or she, I'm inclusive, could have done it.
It was the windows. They attacked the woman.
It was the window who did it. Yes, but once again, the jurors' statements are full of personal prejudice. A lot of them seem convinced they're right, even in the face of logical arguments to the contrary.
I think you could need to pit them against each other to force them to accept an alternative explanation.
You're right.
So right.
I don't necessarily need to find contradiction between their assertions. Just a connection might do the trick.
So what, we can pair the old man with the guy that I voice and be like, that's why you would open a window.
Yeah, I think that would work, yeah.
I would want to see what the old dude like actually said, because I've forgotten.
The window!
The window. The windows.
I'm blanking so fucking hard. What's like the Japanese word for old dude?
Oji-san.
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 Yeah, Oji-san. That's what I was trying to say, and I like lost it.
That's the spirit. So do we want to try that? Get the old man with guy here? Because like nobody would open window in winter. And then the old man was like, window.
No window. Oh yeah, you have to open the windows to clear the smoke. That's when the chill gets you.
Yeah.
It
That's when
changed.
It changed indeed.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the restroom. I shouldn't have any voicing for a while.
Sure.
I will try that.
Let's do it.
Oh,
It worked.
Spanish.
The music stopped, so it worked.
Hi-ya!
These two juror statements clearly contradict one another.
Your Honor, this juror is tiny. I'm going to crush him with my pointer
Thank
finger.
you. How exactly, counsel?
Don't point at me again. I told you it wasn't me.
Wasn't me. Huh? What's that you say? Speak up, lad. Speak up.
Juror
Whoa,
number
mama.
3. Do you see?
The window.
Oh, me? See what, sir?
Do you hear juror number 6's account of his birthday celebrations last year? If you tuned out, I don't blame you. It seems, despite being a Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of winter.
Oh, well, yes, of course, because it was an emergency. I mean, obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from a fire, for example, then you'd be mad not to open the... Oh!
The window.
The window!
The window.
A window. On the day in question, time of the incident, there was a fire in the Gary Deb household. And Mr. Gary Deb had the following to say about it. The whole place was filled with smoke.
Oh my hat!
Oh my god, oh my god.
Do not look at
Hey,
me. I'm
you
just drinking
doing
tea.
okay?
That's first you, right?
Excuse me,
Also,
start drinking tea. Juror number 4, do you have something to say about that?
holy, how much tea is she drinking?
I don't have a husband to overflow the teacup onto.
Mrs. Garridab.
Oh, dearie me. What is the meaning of this? How dare you imply that I'm hiding who I really am?
It's imperative that you confirm something for the court. So please, it's time to drop the pretense now.
What is it?
When the fire started in your house that day, did you or your husband open the window?
What? I beg your pardon? What are you insinuating? We're not married, I'm his maid.
The room would have been thick with smoke after the carpet and bookcase caught fire as they did. In a situation like that, it's inconceivable that you wouldn't have opened the window.
Even if there wasn't a lot of smoke, you would have opened the window because of the
True.
smell.
And what if we did?
Well,
Oh, alright then. Yes, you're right. My husband was frantically trying to open the window, which can't have been easy since I continued to give him a justly deserved book battling.
Wow.
even though your house was on fire.
Oh, you never stop throwing until the anger subsides. It would be terribly bad for the nerves to do otherwise. It's
I can fix her. I can fix her.
It's like that one author once said, "Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned." He was right.
Oh, of course. I should have realized earlier.
That's a significant step forward, Nettle-san. You've managed to establish that the window was open. We simply must have that added to Mrs. Garrideb's formal statement.
I don't know.
So, is that guy like...
The window could have been open when the woman was
You can
throwing
press
books, I
that
guess.
guy and make him change his mind. Or her, I guess. I don't know.
Well, we have to read
More flavor
first because
text.
the statement got updated.
The book found at the scene of the crime shows very obvious signs of fire damage. And the title of the book is The Lion's Pride. The same title, in fact, as the book that Mr. Gary had told us he had been reading.
Metal.
Well, I really couldn't say.
On the day in question, did you not throw at your husband the copy of The Lion's Pride that he had been reading?
No.
I did.
Well,
It was the first thing I could lay my hands on, so I hurled it straight at him. And now you come to mention it, yes, it was on fire. And yes, he was rather enjoying reading it, you're right.
why did you not reveal this information to the court from the outset? Ow.
Because I couldn't, you insolent little man. I didn't remember. At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you can lay your hands on, as well you know.
I really don't.
Then get yourself a wife, you'll find out soon.
True.
I barely noticed I was throwing a book, much less the title of it.
Are you okay? Did she hurt you?
Are you okay?
Buster
What
Wolf.
is it,
Yes.
Jerry?
Girls having PTSD.
You know something? I remembered what it was. That memory I blocked out.
Holy shit, he is having PTSD.
It was listening to what this granny was saying.
Granny?
It brought it all flooding back.
I'm hitting you for that. Who are you calling a granny, you cheeky devil? I'm Miss Galadeb, or the maid. I'll have you know.
The man doesn't even teach. Please tell me that's not because he's so used to being hit all the time.
As opposed to me, who's used to being hit on all the time.
Damn.
Man.
It was just about 2 weeks ago now. I just got back home after work, like. I put my hand in my pocket for the wages I just earned that day, and I nearly died. There was a hole. Every last penny had dropped out. Oh dear, what a disaster. You haven't heard the half of it, boy. Oh? The wife is cutting up some chicken at
Uh-oh.
the time.
Oh.
I can hardly get the words out, but I told her straight. I've lost the day's wages, love. Next thing I knew, the blade was whistling past my ear. Stuck to the wall next to me, it did. About an inch deep.
Almost cut my chicken off, it did.
Oh no words, just terror. I could smell it then, you know. That god-awful stench of the times.
Thames!
The thing.
Thames!
Listen, he's saying it like so confidently that I'm like, is that actually what it's called?
It's the Thames!
I was sure I was going down to face down the muddy banks that night, I can tell you.
The word Thames is pronounced Thames in both the UK and in the US.
Fuck you.
Damn, I really knew I was Canadian.
I knew I had a weird pronunciation, but I couldn't remember what it was, so I had to make it up on the fly, alright?
I think, I mean, honestly, knowing that and going for times, I just felt like that could have been correct.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
Like,
blame
there was enough confidence that I was down to go with it.
Like, this is one of those words that is not pronounced the way it's spelled. That is
Right.
all I knew. That is all the knowledge I had. Alright. Alright. Now, that's a real disaster, isn't it? I'll never use that word lightly again.
Inosuke said here, like, I'm never dating an English woman.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When women lose their rag, they'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it.
What the fuck?
Man.
I need to get me a woman.
I can
Other
free
side,
hammers.
you mustn't think that all women are so short-tempered and unrefined. I wouldn't judo chop you and then throw you at least 5 meters away.
No, I wasn't thinking that at all. I just had a flashback to that time I got Suzato takedown.
Well, throwing a household object at people is, well, so uncivilized. At least attack with honor, using a bow or the like.
What
True.
the fuck?
What? Attack? Who are you attacking?
Yes, I would throw you at least 10 meters away, not 5.
You, if you don't back the fuck up.
Damn.
Never mind. Anyway, this man's words could be rather significant, I think, somehow.
Yeah, if his woman threw the knife, maybe the other woman threw the window.
At a book.
Exactly.
Also,
we'll address the
I-
barreling later.
I made the joke of like Leonosuke, I would never date an English woman. Let's not forget that the first fucking English woman he ever met probably almost got him like found guilty in court.
True. Well, what are we thinking? Do we, this?
Oh god.
Probably can. That.
What is the first statement?
I think we might as well try. But yeah, what is the first
statement?
statement?
Was
Okay.
not
Also,
really
if we wanna
applicable.
press more, there is more things to press as well.
I think you can press the guy who, press him.
Yeah, let's try it. Might as well.
At the point when the victim was attacked in Briar Road, we know there was a small house fire in the Garrett household on the opposite side of the
On the opposite side?
On the opposite
I mean,
side,
yeah.
yes.
I mean, yes, but holy shit, she's got a throwing arm.
Good morning.
Well, yes, it certainly seems that way. And on account of the smoke, I imagine they would have had the windows wide open in spite of the cold. She's tweaking out as we speak.
I love tea.
She's teaking out.
Huh. I am
We
the tea
also know
king.
that Miss Garrett
Tea queen.
was throwing flaming books at her.
Tea queen out.
You okay?
I'm pretty sure Fred's mom came into the room talking to him.
He do be muted.
Her husband, who was backed into a corner by the window.
I'll take
due to
over the
his
clicking.
wife's frenzied attack.
Listen, it was either
Yes,
Fred
that's
or
right.
one of y'all moms speaks like Quebec French, so I don't know about that.
Oh wow, his like tiny little icon whenever you look at somebody else is like way more happy than he is. So there's definitely a chance that one of the books could have flown past the man and out of the window.
I fucking
Only-
I love that image actually.
It's good.
Only what?
Only I can't really see how it could have gone all the way over to the other side of the road, that's all.
Ah!
So I don't really see how I can change my decision, really.
Oh, I see. That wasn't enough? What does it take to persuade these people?
Have her throw a book.
And there. I guess we have the old man. The old man change?
I think
Well,
we should try it.
We haven't have we examined this already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's see.
Because I thought that was
Well,
that it
technically,
changed.
I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
I also then just want to check, did he change? I suppose they'd also change. Let's press both, I suppose. Oh, as well.
Flavor text.
Your wife really threw a kitchen knife at you? Oh, that's right. She was chopping meat with it. Had a tidy edge on it, believe me. But still, it's all memories, isn't it? It started with that smile she threw me when we were recording. And since then, the list of things she's thrown at me has grown along with our relationship.
That's rough, buddy.
So romantic.
There was first a cup, then a glass,
fuck?
then a pot, a kettle, a chair, a wardrobe, a cooker, a bathtub,
Holy.
the
Oh,
sink,
shit,
the kitchen
that-
sink.
If she threw the kitchen sink, I'd be really impressed.
Your wife must be even beefier than you.
He's just he does that and like stars in his eyes. Ah, yeah.
And things really came to a head last week when she threw me right into the river.
You keep
So that was a real sweetheart, really.
Amazing.
Minor pronunciation mistake. Point and laugh at him.
I'm so happy for you. If you want to know what I think this whole idea of ladies first
No.
He's a red pill.
was thought up by some clever lads who'd been tossed in the Thames a few too many times by their wives.
In the Thames.
We've been over this.
We've been over this. Tim's is valid.
No.
That's a very interesting theory.
It's valid in Burdenland, which is where we are.
I don't care.
He's got the Thames on.
He's got the Thames.
What a terrible thought.
On the face of it, this juror's statement just sounds like a really extreme antidote.
Anecdote.
But I think it might turn out to be an extremely powerful weapon. A weapon I might be able to use to make the jurors accept an alternative explanation here.
Wonder when we've seen that.
Let's do
Guess
that
we
thing
might
that
have.
we said that we were gonna do.
As well.
With Juror 5 and the small lady.
Yeah, so now I have to speak again.
These two statements clearly have a deeply significant connection.
Do they?
I do like his little
Please.
flex whenever he gets scared.
Yeah.
You mean they don't contradict each other? Explain, counsel. At Thames.
Juror number 2. Do you think perhaps that this could be one such novel alternative?
Oh my, whatever do you mean?
Shit, I hit the mouse wheel.
Her picture looks basically exactly the same. I like it.
An alternative explanation as to how the victim was stabbed in the back. What are you talking about? We've demonstrated that the fourth book, The Lion's Pride, that was found at the scene of the crime, originated in Mr. Garrideb's room on the top floor of his house. Therefore, it's equally possible that some other object besides the book could have found its way from the Garrideb household to the street below. What's that now? After all, Mrs. Garrideb could have thrown any number of different objects at her husband.
Curiosity.
Bam, bam, bam.
Wasn't there a... No, never mind. I'm thinking of another case.
Yeah.
Point. Isn't that right, juror number 4?
What are you insinuating now, you little beanpole?
Don't call me a beanpole.
Beanpole.
I'm beginning to think that, ever since the true origins of this book came to light, perhaps she's had a feeling this might be what happened. Now you listen here, you Eastern guy. As the foreman of this jury, I demand a straight answer. You give us this yarn about some other object making its way out of the house. But what? So what was it? I'm really taking a big gamble here. That was a bold accusation to make, but I haven't any real evidence to back it up. But I'm certain that at the very least this warrants further investigation. Alright, Mr. Foreman, I'll try to explain the defense's theory. The other object that found its way from the Garrideb household to the scene of the crime was a knife.
Well, that's
Knife.
the only explanation. I wanted to check something, but no, there was another one. It's like, this knife have a letter on it? The answer is no. It's just the most basic
It
bitch
does
knife.
not. What if it said Magnus McGilden on it?
It's Magnus McGilden!
Defense, what's that you've got there? A knife!
That was the literal only presentable object.
I picture, what have you got there? A knife!
Unless you really want to present a book receipt, but no.
Mrs. Garrideb.
What's chugging drink, sorry. What now?
I must apologize in advance for this. But I need you to confirm something else for the court. This knife. Have you ever seen this knife
Robot.
before? Have you ever seen this knife before?
Good Lord,
Stab
Counsel.
seller.
What on earth are you doing? That's the weapon that was launched into the victim's back, man.
I'm stabbing the jeweler. Just don't worry about it.
My lord, remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garrett were in the throes of an argument. Mrs. Garrett was hurling anything she could at her husband, who'd been backed up against the window. A window that had been opened to clear the smoke, and through which a book sailed to land at the crime scene. You can't seriously believe that. The book was found in the victim's grasp.
You're saying that it flew out of the window and across the street to land neatly in her hand?
Huh? Even my missus doesn't get a name like that.
Oh,
He's
you just
dying.
skipped your number 6. Nice.
He's powering down.
Yes. I admit, there are many details we don't yet understand. But that's the point. That's precisely why. We must not allow the trial to end. Not right now.
Oh my.
Mrs. Garrideb, your answer, please. Have you seen this knife before or not?
It's a knife.
Oh,
Flashes the
Nice.
white. Die.
She stands back up, but it's the Joker version from
Alright, who do we want to guess?
This is a 50-50 between Naruto and the Von Z.
I'm thinking it's Fulman. I think Fulman changed his posture. Yeah, I think it's Fulman.
He's got a we can do this kind of thing going on.
My
Wow.
lord.
Damn.
No,
My lord.
shit.
No women. I hate
Decision.
women.
I'm no woman of my word at all.
She has been the most helpful.
Not all witnesses are bad.
Yes. I agree. I certainly didn't see this coming, but I just don't think it would be right for this trial to come to an end now with so many unanswered questions. Mr. Foreman,
Keep talking to yourself.
I'd have to agree. Not that I think the granny did it mine. Whoosh.
Well, you know what? I'm not quite happy about this at the moment either.
All together now, ladies and gents.
Who put you in charge?
Punch.
Hiya!
And the old man still.
The old man is like, kill him!
He's still racist.
We did it.
Oh, congratulations, Naruto-san.
So, as a result of the defendant's summation examination, a number of jurors' leanings have changed. 2 jurors called guilty, against 4 now calling for a lunch break. Accordingly, the opinion of this court is it's lunchtime.
Truth.
And this trial will continue.
Okay.
Next time.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, Van Zeeks is
Next
about to
time.
say some shit. Are we stopping now? I think the trial's stopping now.
Soon.
We're stopping now.
Unless the game last straight up
Okay.
changes.
Okay, well, that was a great stopping point. We'd be stopping soon. Or we let Van Zeek say his shit and then stop after that.
No.
I think starting with a Van Zeek's rant is a good idea for next time.
I'm down.
I that works. Wow, we bullshit our way out again. Hey, she just has to accept the you know, it's not even Matt's father. It's just an accident. She'll barely be charged for shit.
We're not saving. Fuck saving.
Okay. It's still hard to believe that she would throw the knife all the way across the street, though, unless there's more details to it, which there might be.
Do you
True.
want me to spoil you, Matt?
Go for it.
No spoilers.
What do we... No, he doesn't know.
So she threw the knife across the street. Mr. Natsuki or whatever the guy accused is picked it up, stabbed the victim, but he's gonna go free because we're too good.
Seems legit.
That's the theory.
It is
definitely-
that is technically a possibility. I will not say if it's right or wrong.
I'm pretty sure it's right.
Okay.
We'll see. That'd be fun.
Alright. Board games tonight.
Possibly.
And not for me, because I have schoolwork to do.
That's not true. School is not real.
Yeah.
True.
You lied to me. Alright, as
Dinner
the
time.
Haley Welch would say, the Hawk Tour girl. I'm tired, y'all. Good night.
Spit on that thing.
Yeah.
I'll catch everyone later.
Later.
See ya.
It's food time for me too. Yippee.